back with another chapter of Expect the Unexpected by Arctic Vulpix. We are on chapter 48, and it looks like this might be a short chapter, so this might be like short video. So just a warning. And if you want to follow along, chapter link is in the description below as always for you to follow along. And also, if you want to keep reading and also want to review the chapter afterwards to let the author know, like, go for it. Anyway, let's just get started. Chapter 48 Chaos. If the toys were expecting a peaceful night where everyone could sulk and worry in peace, they were gravely mistaken. After speaking with Bonnie and Foxy for about half an hour, Ruby came tearing through the building with a vengeance. In all honesty, they didn't stand a chance. The originals even grabbed Teddy and Mangled and hid in the kitchen since they were more reasonable now. Teddy had never been so grateful as he listened to the explosions go off every 2 minutes. Tycho was mad. Ruby raced ahead of Toby, laughing manically. "Catch me if you can, you insensitive jerk," she yelled. Toby and Chi were just trying to figure out how she was still causing utter chaos with one usable arm. How? Suddenly, as he followed her down another corridor, his foot sank through the floor. Flailing his arms to try and regain his balance, he looked down. Somehow, she replaced the tile in the floor and the space beneath it with a vat of gray paint. How did she do these things? He let out a shriek of rage as he tried to yank his foot out. Meanwhile, Ruby had stopped and was snapping pictures of his predicament. "I'll get you for this," the rabbit snarled. A dangerous smirk crossed her face, and she pulled something from her bag. Something big and kind of scary looking. "Say hello to my little friend." She pointed at him, with some kind of accent coloring her words. What the heck? He didn't get much further as a potato. Potato? Why? Just why? Was launched at speed towards him. It hit him square in the chest and sent him flying down the hall. "At least I got your foot unstuck," she pointed out sweetly. "I love my new potato grade launcher." Toby just groaned as she skipped away, hugging the weapon. "See you later, stupid rabbits," she called back. 45 minutes later, Ruby was ducking and diving around Chi. The chicken had somehow twisted her logic and come to the conclusion that Ruby was also to blame for Hughy's absence. Ruby didn't get the logic, but it gave her an excuse to use her new toy. She only had 2 targets at the moment. Puppet was still sulking in his box. Now that she thought about it, she hadn't seen him for ages. Good. And Bibi had learned that if he annoyed Toby, she left him alone. Spinning around, Ruby threw a large spear at the bot. It exploded in a lovely display of tar and feathers. "Nice punish there, chicken," she tickered as the animatronic stared at her in disbelief. She snapped a photo and darted off again. She would have followed if she wasn't stuck in place by the tar. The night guard took a break in one of the vents. She pulled the tablet out and checked the security cameras. The originals were talking quietly among themselves while they watched Harry Potter again. Goldie kept shushing them, even though she was mouthing along with the dialogue. Teddy was a distance away from them and seemed to be trying to cheer Mangled up, who was lying in a miserable heap under the table. Ruby frowned at that. The toys were taking this hard then. She sighed. That wasn't very surprising, actually. It was clear that they loved Hughy, even if they struggled with expressing it properly. Switching cameras, she found Chi finally getting free from her tar and sitting on the floor, a mix of anger, frustration, and worry on her face. Toby was stalking through the halls, muttering angrily to himself, but he seemed less energetic than usual. Even Bibi was sitting in the toys room, staring sadly ahead at the wall. They were all miserable. Ruby dragged a hand down her face and sighed again. Putting away the tablet, she crawled through the vents until she exited near the manager's office. It was time to practice her lock-picking skills again. Freddie glanced at the 2 bots sitting across the room. Mangle seemed to be taking Hughy's leaving hard. Teddy was trying to calm her down, but the fox was curled up and shaking slightly as if she was crying. Bonnie was a lot more relaxed since there wasn't a mechanic in the building, but he kept throwing guilty and concerned glances at them. It wasn't his fault that he was scared of Hedy, and Freddie didn't blame him for feeling relief. Chico was also concerned, but it was overshadowed by her worry over Ruby, who was causing trouble while injured. She was fidgeting anxiously as they watched the movie for the 100th time. Foxy was still angry with Hedy for shorting him out with the flashlight, but he was worried about Mangled. Freddie knew that he was developing a soft spot for his toy version, and so he was torn about whether to hope for the mechanic's return or not. Goldie, well, she was off in Harry Potter land. The bear sighed, not sure what outcome would be better for them either. Why were things so complicated? Ruby hummed happily to herself as she headed to the dining room. She'd retrieved what she needed from the office and was off to say goodbye to the boss since it was almost quitting time. An odd feeling of being watched made her pause, though, and she looked over her shoulder. That ghost kid that she caught sight of before was peeking around the corner and staring at her nervously. She wasn't certain he wasn't one of the brats that possessed the animatronics, and there was no hostility coming from him. Cocking her head slightly, she turned to face him. He shrank back slightly, but stayed in sight. Hi? The night guard greeted him, since he didn't seem to say anything. He jumped slightly and gave an almost inaudible whine. Ruby frowned slightly at his odd behavior. Odd even for a ghost kid. As she waited for him to do something, he seemed to gather enough courage to speak. He's after you, too, he murmured softly, his voice wavering from fear. Her frown deepened. Who? She asked carefully. The child looked distressed. He wants you, too. Ruby crouched down, instinctively making herself smaller so she didn't frighten him. Ghost or not, he pressed every big sister instinct she had. Who, sweetie? She asked softly. He's not going to stop. The kid was crying now and starting to fade like the first time she saw him. Ruby watched him with a puzzled expression as she disappeared with a few final words. I'm sorry. It's my fault. The teen stood up slowly, trying to understand what the kid was trying to tell her. They were clearly scared of something, though. Or someone. Looking back once, she continued on as the chimes went off. What was going to happen now? So that's the end of 48. It sounds like FNAF 3 is coming up soon. I don't know when exactly, but there are some strong hints there for the third one. So that's going to be exciting to see, don't you think? So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the chapter. If you did, leave a like. Go leave a review. As I said at the beginning, there is a chapter link in the description for you to click on and to comment and review and like show the author some love. Go. You don't need an account. It just means the author can't respond to you. So go. Show them some love. We're done here. And be sure to subscribe. I upload new videos every Friday and Saturday. And I'll see you guys tomorrow with the next chapter of A Treasure Discovery. So, bye!